Waking up at 3 a.m. is not a sign of poor health. In fact, it's your body telling you something most don't understand. It's a shift in your internal rhythm, a natural change that happens over time. But do you know what's really going on? There's something deeply unsettling about waking up at 3 a.m. That eerie stillness, the faint hum of the world sleeping while you lie wide-eyed in the dark. For many older adults, this moment becomes a nightly ritual, not of worry or weakness, but of biological design. It's easy to assume that something's wrong, that perhaps it's insomnia or anxiety creeping in. But the truth is often far simpler, more human, and oddly comforting. Our internal systems evolve as we age. And with that evolution, our sleep hygiene needs to evolve too. You see, the body is a symphony of rhythms and signals, and the conductor, known as the circadian rhythm, subtly shifts its tempo as we grow older. It's not about deterioration, it's adaptation. Waking up at 3 a.m. may not be a red flag at all, but a sign that the body has reached a new internal balance. Many older adults, without knowing it, have already completed a full sleep cycle by that hour. When framed that way, what felt like insomnia might actually be the body whispering, "Hey, we've done our job, time to recalibrate." Of course, this doesn't mean people should simply accept poor sleep. On the contrary, it's a chance to improve sleep quality with intention. It starts with awareness and unfolds into better sleep habits and nighttime rituals. Sleep hygiene isn't just about what you do before bed, but what you believe about sleep itself. When we stop treating 3 a.m. awakenings as enemies and start exploring their patterns, we unlock a door to powerful natural sleep remedies, often hidden in plain sight. Still, there's the emotional toll to address. People lie in the dark asking, "Why me? Why now?" That's where gentle guidance becomes essential. Rather than resisting these awakenings, older adults can embrace new tools like sleep meditation or relaxation techniques that honor the shifts in their biology. It's not about forcing sleep. It's about inviting rest back with compassion, wisdom, and a bit of patience. Sometimes that's all it takes. And perhaps what's most surprising, these early hour wake-ups might be less about stress or decline than they are about subtle environmental cues, things that seem minor but hold enormous influence. That, my friend, is where the real detective work begins. Let's dive deeper into the science. Not the boring kind, but the kind that makes you go, now that makes sense. Picture this. Melatonin, often called the sleep hormone, is like your body's natural dimmer switch. It cues your brain that it's time to wind down and stay in rest mode. But here's the kicker. As the years go by, this dimmer switch doesn't work quite the same. In older adults, melatonin production gradually fades, especially in the pre-dawn hours, just when you need it most to stay asleep. It's not a flaw. It's nature shifting gears. Understanding this is key to finding effective insomnia relief. And then there's light, tiny, seemingly harmless sources of light that sneak in while you sleep. That little glow from your phone charger, the flicker of the digital clock, the street lamp casting shadows through the curtain. These aren't just nuisances, they're full-on saboteurs. Your brain interprets that light as a signal to shut down melatonin production, thinking, morning already. So, that gentle wake at 3 a.m., it's not always stress or a full bladder. Sometimes it's just your circadian rhythm reacting to a misinterpreted sunrise. Now let's talk strategy. This is where better sleep habits become your shield and sword. Something as simple as blackout curtains can restore the sanctuary your brain craves. Dimming screens an hour before bed, using red-tone nightlights, or even wearing a sleep mask can help reintroduce the darkness your body needs to sustain melatonin flow. These aren't gimmicks. They're science-backed natural sleep remedies that empower you to reclaim the night, one small tweak at a time. Still, the battle isn't won in the bedroom alone. What you do during the day matters too. Exposure to natural light in the morning, a walk, coffee on the porch, stretching near a window, resets your internal clock and strengthens your nighttime melatonin surge. Think of it as lighting a fuse that prepares your body for deep sleep later on. You're not just chasing better sleep quality at night. You're crafting a lifestyle that honors your biology from sunup to sundown. And here's where things get even more interesting. Supplements. Melatonin supplements can be helpful, yes, but timing is everything. Taken too late or too much, and they backfire. The goal isn't to override your rhythm, but to nudge it gently back into sync. This is why sleep hygiene isn't one size fits all. It's a toolkit, and the more you learn what works for your unique rhythm, the more empowered you become to stay asleep through the wee hours. But we're not done yet, because what if the issue isn't just melatonin? What if your very sleep cycle, the internal calendar of your rest, has shifted without you even realizing? That's where we head next, into a hidden force that explains why sleep now starts and ends at different hours than it used to. At first glance, waking up at 3 a.m. feels like betrayal, like your body is cutting the night short and handing you wakefulness when you beg for rest. But what if I told you that it's not betrayal at all? It's actually precision. You see, as we age, our circadian rhythm, that sacred internal clock, starts to shift forward. It's called advanced sleep phase syndrome. And while it sounds like a disorder, it's often just part of aging gracefully. The body says, let's start the day earlier, even if your mind hasn't caught up to that new rhythm yet. This means many older adults begin to feel sleepy earlier in the evening, not out of fatigue, but because their biological clock has simply rescheduled the night. Think of it like a flight that was moved up a few hours. You still arrive at the same destination, just sooner than expected. When you fall asleep at 8 p.m., waking at 3 a.m. isn't a failure. It's often the completion of a full sleep cycle. Understanding this can shift how we perceive nighttime awakenings, from problems to patterns. But let's be real. Even if this is normal, lying awake in the dark isn't fun. The quiet, while peaceful, can also be deafening. Without the structure of a 9 to 5 routine or the chaos of family schedules, there's little to anchor the sleep-wake cycle. No meetings, no alarms, no real reason not to go to bed when the sun dips. This freedom, while lovely, can also disorient the rhythm. A disrupted circadian rhythm isn't just a nuisance. It's a crack in the foundation of sleep hygiene. This is why reinstating structure, even loosely, can be a game changer. Keeping consistent wake and sleep times, yes, even on weekends, reinforces your internal clock. This predictable routine teaches your brain when to release melatonin, when to begin its relaxation techniques, and when to prepare for deep sleep. It doesn't mean resisting the natural shift, but rather working with it, like learning to dance in a new rhythm. And when that routine includes a calming bedtime routine, a cup of herbal tea, gentle stretching, sleep meditation, you send clear signals to your brain. It's time. It's also important to bring light into the equation, quite literally. Exposure to bright natural light in the morning can delay the circadian clock, nudging sleep later and helping you stay asleep longer. Many people overlook this part of sleep hygiene, but it's one of the most powerful levers we have. Morning sunlight is not just beautiful, it's medicinal. It tells your brain to stay awake now and 12 hours later to start winding down. Without this exposure, the clock drifts. The sleep-wake cycle unravels. Now here's where lifestyle meets science in the most human way. Evening overstimulation. Even something as simple as watching intense news or scrolling through social media can trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime. That glow from your phone isn't just light, it's a message. Stay alert. So even if you're in bed by 8 p.m., your brain might still be revving its engine. That's why deep sleep tips don't start at night. They start with how you manage your evenings. That's where your power lies. Still, even with routine and light and mindfulness, there's another layer to address, a quieter one. Because when the body's ready for sleep, but the body itself is uncomfortable, rest is still disrupted. And that, dear friend, leads us into the territory of physical discomforts that most people chalk up to just getting old, but which are in truth signals crying out for gentle attention. There's something humbling about the quiet of the night. When everything is still, the body speaks loudest. For many older adults, 3 a.m. isn't just a number on the clock. It's the hour when aches whisper louder, stomachs rebel, and the bladder decides it's time to wake up. These aren't random disturbances. They're messages. Physical discomfort becomes more noticeable in the stillness when the distractions of the day have vanished. Arthritis creeps into joints like an uninvited guest. Acid reflux stirs beneath the ribcage. And for some, the bathroom calls repeatedly, interrupting what should be deep, healing sleep. Now, here's where the mindset shift begins. These midnight interruptions aren't failures. They aren't proof that the body is breaking down. In truth, they're survival mechanisms, systems doing their job, albeit loudly. When your knees ache in the middle of the night, your body is not betraying you. It's reminding you of inflammation. When reflux bubbles up, it may be pointing to dietary habits, meal timing, or even posture. And when you wake up to urinate 2, 3 4 times a night, it might be your kidneys working overtime or a medication side effect no one told you about. Let's talk about medication for a moment. Many prescriptions, from blood pressure pills to antidepressants, have side effects that ripple into your rest. Some act as diuretics. Others increase alertness. Few doctors mention this when they hand over the little white bottle, but the impact on sleep quality can be profound. A critical piece of improving sleep hygiene is reviewing your medications with curiosity, not fear, and asking, is this helping or hindering my sleep? Because sometimes insomnia relief is as simple as adjusting the timing of a pill or switching to a gentler alternative. There are also subtle physiological patterns at play. During the night, our body temperature drops, blood circulation slows, and cortisol, the stress hormone, naturally rises toward morning. If there's underlying pain or inflammation, these shifts can amplify discomfort. The trick isn't just treating the symptom, but understanding the cycle. For example, warm compresses before bed, magnesium supplements, or elevating your legs slightly can work as natural sleep remedies. They signal comfort. They say to your body, you're safe now. You can rest. And that message matters. But perhaps most important of all is how we respond to these wake-ups. Do we panic? Do we grab our phones? Or do we listen? When the body wakes us, it's not always demanding a solution. Sometimes it just wants attention, a mindful check-in. This is where relaxation techniques shine. Deep breathing, gentle stretching, even guided sleep meditation can bridge the gap between alertness and surrender. You're not broken because you woke up. You're human. You're responding to life as it flows through your body. And the more we learn to respond with calm instead of frustration, the easier it becomes to fall back asleep. Because frustration is the true thief of rest. A calm mind, even with discomfort, can drift again into slumber. And when we begin to pair this mindset with better sleep habits, something magical happens. We stop fearing 3 a.m. We start understanding it. But what happens when your own lifestyle patterns, long dinners, retired routines, slow days, begin tipping your internal clock forward? That's the next layer of the story. You know, there's something uniquely peaceful about retirement. The rhythm of no more alarms, no more rush. But here's the paradox. As the pace of life slows, so too does the pace of sleep. What once was a night of restful slumber is now filled with early awakenings, often around that fateful 3 a.m. hour. Why? It's the internal clock, shifting subtly but powerfully. Without the demands of a busy workday, the body has more freedom to dictate when sleep comes. And without the external cues, the stress of deadlines, the buzz of social activities, the internal clock moves forward, pulling sleep into earlier hours. This shift, though natural, isn't always a welcome one. Early bedtimes feel good in a moment, but they can throw off the delicate balance of your circadian rhythm. Remember, this rhythm isn't just a timekeeper. It's a conductor of hormones, energy levels, and mental clarity. When the body goes to sleep too early, it's essentially racing ahead of its biological need for rest. And by 3 a.m., the cycle is complete. Your body has been through its stages of sleep and is ready to wake up long before your mind is ready to embrace the morning. And it doesn't stop there. Many retired adults find themselves enjoying dinner earlier in the evening, perhaps 5 p.m., maybe 6 p.m., a habit born of leisure, but not without consequences. You see, our bodies are designed to manage blood sugar in sync with the rhythms of the day. But when you eat too early and your blood sugar dips during the night, it triggers the release of cortisol, the stress hormone, which disrupts your peaceful slumber. In simpler terms, it's like your body's internal alarm clock going off, saying, "Wake up, we need food." But here's the flip side. There are ways to use this to your advantage. The key is to manage that evening meal wisely. Eating a balanced dinner with protein, healthy fats, and a bit of complex carbs can keep blood sugar steady and help avoid those late-night dips that cause wakefulness. If you're looking for natural sleep remedies, this simple tweak could make a world of difference. A light snack before bed, like a handful of nuts or a small piece of cheese, can stabilize blood sugar and keep your body in its resting mode without the distraction of hunger. Of course, the shift in lifestyle habits goes beyond just eating. The natural tendency to reduce daytime stimulation, no work stress, no busy schedules, can also alter sleep patterns. It's a trade-off. Less external stimulation means more internal noise. The absence of structure in the day can make the body restless at night, as if it's missing the routine it once had. This is why establishing a quiet but structured routine can help. Taking gentle walks, reading a book, or engaging in activities that offer mental stimulation, but not too intense, can help your body find a balance. You don't need a packed schedule, but just enough activity to keep your internal rhythm from drifting too far. In fact, the way you structure your day can have a profound impact on your sleep. A mid-afternoon walk, exposure to natural light, and a brief period of relaxation before dinner. These small practices align your circadian rhythm without overwhelming your body. It's not about forcing your internal clock into a schedule, but finding a harmonious rhythm that allows you to sleep deeply, even if you wake up at 3 a.m. Because when the body is nurtured throughout the day, it will know how to rest in the night. And so, as we wrap this all up, we begin to realize something. The key to better sleep habits isn't just about fixing the wake-up times. It's about understanding the lifestyle choices that shape those moments. But even if your days feel slower and quieter, you don't have to accept poor sleep as inevitable. The right adjustments, small ones, really can make all the difference. And now, as we turn the page, there's more to explore. How the mind, too, shapes the body's ability to rest. Now that you understand what's really happening when you wake up at 3 a.m., why not start applying these insights to change your sleep habits? How's your sleep going? Leave a comment below and share your experience. Let's talk about what's working for you. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips on improving your sleep quality. Turn on notifications so you never miss out on our upcoming videos with amazing techniques and tips for a better night's rest. We're in this together on the journey to better sleep.